Greetings and salutations from me, DC, and today we're going to be talking about Shanna Gardner Fernandez and her husband, her another ex-husband, who are on trial for murder, and it's part of our series called M is for MLM and Murder. I hope y'all enjoy this. I am going to be watching the video of them in court. And I will say, I hope nobody slaps me for using this video because I had to fix the audio because Law and Schmime only put it through one earphone. So we get to listen to it in both of our earphones today. But before we begin, if y'all need a quick recap of all of this, Shanna Gardner Fernandez is a woman who has recently been in the news due to her involvement in a murder case. She and her estranged husband, Mario Fernandez, are facing charges related to the murder of Jared Bridegan, who was a Microsoft executive and Gardner's ex-husband. The couple appeared in a Duval County courtroom for their trial. They are charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, solicitation to commit a capital felony, and child A. I don't know. According to court documents, Gardner was immediately considered a prime suspect in Bridegan's killing. Gardner had met her now husband, Mario Fernandez Saldana, at a YMCA while she was still married to Bridegan. After Bridegan's death, Gardner was extradited back to Florida to face the charges. And where I found that information, here are my sources. News4Jax, Jacksonville, The Sun, Daily Mail, ABC7, Chicago. Mario Fernandez Saldana is a man who has been implicated in the murder of Jared Bridegan, a Microsoft executive and the ex-husband of his wife, Shanna Gardner. I know this is a little bit repetitive, but I think it's important. He was arrested in March and charged with first-degree murder with a weapon, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, child A, and other charges. Fernandez's trial has been closely followed in the media. Great, we have video. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. Additionally, it's noted that Bridegan was killed in front of his 2-year-old daughter, Bexley, which resulted in the child A charges. The case has been complicated by the fact that both Fernandez and Gardner have appeared in court for the charges related to Bridegan's murder. They have had back-to-back court hearings, and the investigation has quickly focused on them following the murder. And here are my sources. Oh no, the sources aren't there yet. The suspects in Jared Bridegan's murder described their marriage as one of convenience, and there has been speculation about what the suspects told the police about the murder. Here are my sources. We love a cited source, and I hope this isn't irritating, but News4Jax, Action News Jax, Jacksonville First Coast News, and Jacksonville Action. Again, there's like multiple Action News Jax. Court TV, multiple things I pulled from there. Why are we covering this? Because Stampin' Up! Is a multi-level marketing company that specializes in creating decorative stamp sets and paper craft products to help people express their creativity. Founded in 1988, the company offers a wide range of crafting materials that are designed to coordinate perfectly, adding style and versatility to your projects. One of their unique offerings is the hybrid embossing folder, which allows you to stamp, die cut, and emboss all at the same time with the help of a brayer. They also offer a variety of stamps and dies suitable for card making, scrapbooking, and other arts and craft projects. Blah, blah, blah. You can find their stuff online. They're a multi-level marketing company. I would avoid them like the plague, but that's just me. Stampin' Up! Was co-founded by Shelly Gardner, Shanna's mom, in 1988. The company started as a direct sales paper crafting company, and they are still doing that. Shelly led the company for a lot of years as a CEO, and her daughter, Sarah, is the new CEO in 2016. Obviously not Shanna, because that would have been too much drama for the internet. They are an international multi-million-dollar enterprise offering all the crafty things, all the craft booking things. You get the picture. That's why we're covering this. Multi-level marketing and murder. Here's my sources. Then we'll get into the live chat if anybody's here to even watch this. Stampin' Up! Official website is where I got this. Stampin' Up! Facebook, Amazon, Stampin' Up! Pinterest, YouTube, Stampin' Up! The official, their website, LinkedIn, Sarah Douglas's Facebook page. You get the picture. We've got lots of sources. Lots of them have been cited. Let's get going. I don't even know if anyone's here. Hello. Thank you, Melissa. As we are covering a sensitive topic today, please be mindful as we converse in the chat. No ad hominem attacks allowed. If you feel triggered and need to leave, we support that. Yep. And everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Okay? Okay, Karina. Home with a GERD attack. Turns out eating like a 12-year-old whose parents are out of town for a weekend isn't good for acid reflux. MK, I'm so sorry. Hey, Eloise. I saw SGF as being represented by Jose Baez. Yes, Mr. Ranger Lab, we covered the first few videos. And yeah, it's absolutely confirmed. Yes. Hello, Angie. The storyline is difficult. This is just, might be a super short video because it's only 22 minutes. So we can be pause champs and spread this out like nobody's business. I did have to fix the audio to make it mono instead of stereo. So hopefully y'all can hear it in both ears. Well, no headphones needed. I'm already educating all the guys in my office about scammy MLMs and other scams. Let's go, Christy. Ding, ding, ding. Where's my sounds? Lurking while doing homework. Amanda, I love that. Massive lava flow blocked off the road to the Blue Lagoon and power plant. Also destroyed the hot water pipe in homes near Keflavik. Oh my god. Gonna lurk while I work. If you're a member, definitely use that lurk emote because it's the best. It's a little squirrel looking like, I don't know, sneaky in pajamas. So, yeah, it's wild. The mom. Okay, so the parents of the Shanna Gardner's parents have bucals of money from their multi-level marketing empire, and they are paying for her defense with Jose Baez or... No headphones here. The dogs and the cat have heard it all. Perfect stream while I grocery shop. What should I try now that I'm at the store? Everything. Snacks, cookies, cheese, crackers, coffee. Oh, I don't know. Lots of things. Yes. Yep. She's got good defense because her parents are paying for it. Let me figure out why I'm orange. Please hold. Not that it really matters because I guess I'm orange all the time, but let me just go over here real quick. Are we orange? No, I'm blue. Can we just do auto? It's okay. I'm warm toned. Adding. You're off to Iceland in 2 weeks? Oh, that's so cool, Eloise. All right. The video has been exported. We are using a cat to cover up somebody's logo so they don't get upset, to try to transform it a little bit. And we're going to put it on screen after we do this. The cat. I cannot. I'm sorry, you're going to see it in a second. The cat. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Because it's fun. It's a blast. Okay. Edit. We want Google Chrome. We want 16:9. My mom sounds like she's doing better. She threw her back out selling my grandparents' home after they had passed away, and several years ago, and they just sold it, and she's in pain, so she just got some help. Let's see. Okay, I need to be on the other side because... Can we do this? Oh, wrong one. Okay. We'll just be over here. And we'll mirror myself. Hero! Look at the cat. Isn't the cat the best part of this? Hop out if you need to. Go back to blue. We can call you Violet from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, I might do that. Am I eating too many carrots? No. My vegetable intake is not as high as it should be. Yes, as Emily D. Baker says, and I have to remind myself, in the American justice system, everyone is entitled to a good defense. Yep. No ad hominems. We can ask questions, though, and we'll time you out if you have a hard time following the rules that keep the chat safe place for everyone. And if it happens a couple times, I'll have to boot you. Okay. All right. I hope the cat is a good... Like, I'm not trying to make light of the situation. I'm just trying to transform the video enough that we don't get in trouble. All right. I'm going to have to turn the audio down.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
My name is Jesse Dreiser. I represent Mr. Fernandez along with my law partner, Mr. Hill, who is present.
Good morning, Your Honor. Patrick Cody from Ms. Gardner, and Mr. Baez is present on Zoom.
All right, thank you. Mr. Baez, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Good morning.
good morning.
Why is Mr. Baez not there? Why? Should the cat be part of all of our legal foray into reaction of stuff? Because I think the cat needs to stay. What? The shocked, you know? I prefer the white mocking cat. Yes. Yes. Although I will say, I hope that your legal counsel doesn't take advantage of you and end up having inappropriate relations with you as a way to, I don't know. I hope that you would have good legal counsel that is vigorous in a professional way, not in a romantic, kind of way. But let me figure out what is going on with my life. Okay, I'm just going to have to do it manually. It's okay. Here we go.
All right, so I passed this to get a status on the defense position.
Sure.
On the motion that was filed by Mr. Fernandez.
So on Tuesday of next week, we have our first deposition of the Secret Service agent who has coordinated a lot of this discovery that is sort of in dispute. And we have another deposition scheduled. The defense's position, knowing that the court and everyone would like a quick turnaround on this, was to come back the week of the 22nd to tell you that we're ready for you to assign us a neutral and independent.
Something that's new to me. And this is going to be a squirrel trail of all squirrel trails. I didn't know the Secret Service helped out so much in cases, because we've heard this in a few different ones where they've provided information or they were able to make something accessible or get into some type of computery thing and provide, like, I don't know, info for defense or prosecution. I guess this is the defense, but that's new to me. It's new to me. Hi, Jessica. We just kind of went over the intro of MLM and murder, Stampin' Up, MLM, the murder, the founder's daughter, Shanna Gardner Fernandez. And the reason Shanna has the bukus of money to be able to have a good defense is because her parents, the multi-level marketing founders, paid for it, in my opinion, or from what I understand. Hey, coconuts. I hope your art project goes well. Oh, yeah, and I'm just an MLM dropout who's pretty nosy. I'm not going to be able to offer any kind of commentary on the legal side of this. I'm just watching from the sidelines with this cat on the screen and a coffee. Thank you, Christy. I got a Dutch Brothers today. And hopefully just keeping up with multi-level marketing murder situations, you know? Baez was on Zoom. Yes, I just wonder why he's not there in person, but maybe because he has other cases. And these seem like, I guess this is more preliminary stuff. Thank you, Heather. How did your rental scams stream go the other day? The cat. Oh, no. Wait. The cat should... Needs a good legal name. Y'all, drop your legal name ideas for the cat. I will put the name on the screen next time. I can put it up now. Just let me know what the cat name we should put. Hey, Julie. The secret... Melissa coming in hot with the deets. The Secret Service is tasked with safeguarding the payment and financial systems of the United States from a wide range of financial and cyber-based crimes. Y'all hearts and hype in the chat for Melissa, because holy guacamole. Thank you so much. Okay. Multi-level marketing and murder. Stampin' Up! Is a multi-level marketing craft MLM. It's a multi-level marketing craft company. The founder's daughter, Shanna Gardner Fernandez, allegedly, along with her husband, the guy with the ponytail, murdered her first ex-husband. Shanna's the one in the blue. Shanna's parents, the multi-level marketing founders, are paying for her defense with a very expensive attorney, Jose Baez. Is it just me or am I the only one who can't open childproof lids? Sometimes they're difficult. Copied from Wikipedia. In addition to providing protective services to government officials, they also do that. That's so cool. That's so cool. I remembered hearing something about it in a documentary a long time ago and was trying to remember. Personal jurisdiction. Oh my God. Yeah. Also, Chris Watts is another MLM and murder crossover. There's some other ones out there as well. I just thought it was interesting. So with this being an alleged murder for hire, the Secret Service probably tracked the money. Ooh, how interesting. I love it. Judge Persner? Oh my God. Okay. Judge Persner. Oh my God, hold on. Persner. P-U-R-R-S-N-E-R. Do not autocorrect me today. Oh my God. Oh my God. God, I can't. It's so good. Why is my... Oh my God. We'll lock it down. Oh God. Oh my God. My anti-Valentine Club Frost Buddy just arrived? Yes! I love Frost Buddy. I'm a crime and justice nerd. What can I say? Melissa? I love it. The Rule of Paw. Oh my God. Annie's Web. You're on fire. You're on fire today. It's a bit small to read. Oh, it's... I don't want to take it... I don't want to make it too distracting. We'll see. We'll see if it's okay. Oops, unlock. What? There we go. Lock. We'll just... I don't want to make it too, Because I think the shocked cat face. Hi, Lisa. We're only like a few minutes. We're 1 minute and 6 seconds into the video. Of course, this is the ratio of reacting to 1 minute of something and running my mouth for 21 minutes is very on brand for me. Puns, can't help it.
Magistrate of some sort. I hesitate to say, well, let's just do it the week of the 22nd because a deposition could be canceled. We may learn that there's more discovery. As the court knows, there are so many issues that come up and may come up. And one we already are experiencing, which is we're having trouble accessing what the Secret Service has sent us, and our expert has been provided it, and he's working on unzipping that file, and we're working as fast as possible to get this to a.
You're telling me you couldn't unzip the file, or you didn't have the password to unzip it? Sarah the Fudge Lady said, I wanted to nap, but I'm here, which is way more fun. I mean, sleep deprived. Let's go. I've dealt with videos that they get sent to firms and there's passwords on them, or the person receiving the video doesn't have the program to be able to play the video. I get that. He's talking about unzipping a file though. So I'm confused. My dad, ex-Cal, used to be on the discovery side of this stuff where he would basically produce the documents for each side and for the judge in a paper format, or he would organize the databases for lawyers for like evidence, gearing up for trial, and he would do different exports for them. So I'm just wondering who had the issue unzipping the stuff. I can't remember the last time I had to unzip a file. I can't remember the last time unzipping a file caused you to not be able to be prepared for your court date hearing, whatever this is. Hey, Charlene. Doesn't the computer unzip automatically? Yes. Maybe it was a big file. Maybe they needed a special one because it was encrypted. I don't know. I'm confused. I would love a retired Secret Service agent to let us know.
A point where the court can hear it. And
did any depots occur in the month of January? Because I thought you all were going to schedule the depots this entire month, and that's why I brought you back in February.
No, ma'am.
I thought you had all your scheduled depots this month, and that's why I brought you back when I did. Oh my God. I don't. She doesn't seem stoked. I'm not a lawyer. Don't you just double click it? Yes and no. If you don't have the program, you can download it, but it may be encrypted. I don't know. Maybe there's a password. Maybe there's something. Right click, extract all, poof, it's unzipped. Some people, but I wouldn't imagine anybody at a law firm would have a Mac though, because sometimes Macs don't have the unzip software, whatever. The one when you zip it on a Windows, sometimes there's issues opening on a Mac, but I don't know I don't know why they're giving these excuses. I've just got questions. OMG, this reminds me that there was a retired Secret Service guy in Amway with my parents, and that dude was scary. I never personally met him, but I heard him speak at an event. Ooh. That sounds so cool. Hi, best channel on YouTube. We're watching the trial or whatever, one of these hearings for Shanna Gardner Fernandez in the blue, the lady, and the guy in the green with the ponytail. They are alleged to have murdered the lady in the blue's ex-husband, Jared Bridegan, and her parents are, or her mom is the founder of Stampin' Up, a multi-level marketing craft company.
The first depo is on Tuesday.
Does the defense seek to depose anyone locally, or was it a 2E issue with getting the federal agents to comply?
We did have to send 2 letters. There's a lot of lawyers. There's a lot of calendaring and schedule issues. The state gave us dates. They were very aggressive on making sure that they gave us time. The defense went through our calendars. I mean, I know that the court would have probably liked the depositions to be concluded, but I don't believe it's a lack of our effort. I can tell you that.
Okay. So on February 13th, you have one Secret Service agent scheduled.
Yeah, and then another agent who is intimately has knowledge of this particular issue is scheduled.
And another agent. I thought you were also going to take depots of who's the company, this taint?
On next week on the 13th.
Is 2
I
witnesses. I'm sorry.
provided their 2 letters. There's no 2 issues. Witnesses are absolutely willing to come.
Yeah, it the way that the murder went down was, I mean, any murder is awful. It seems extra awful because one of the kids was in the car. So, Anastasia, it's Judge Persner, thanks to Andy's Web. I mean, in fairness, trying to get through to a government agency can be like pulling teeth. 100%. 100%. I don't know where to put the chat, like the comments, because our cat maybe should be. It's okay. It's okay. Is the cat a stand-in for Jessica today? I just hopped on really quickly because I realized my goof yesterday with missing my stream. And then I had to fix the audio because this was in stereo and it was only coming out of one ear. So I had to put it in Premiere Pro and put right ear and left ear as well to make it mono. So now we cannot rage about the... I guess I could have turned the noise down too, but I was just rushing. Yeah, Natasha, it's awful. We're talking about MLMs, of course, it's corrupted. Have y'all seen the body cam videos of the Chris Watts situation? And his wife was in a multi-level marketing company as well. And how Chris was kind of like telling on himself with his body language, etc. I was just doing yoga, nothing important, although a murder in Washington state is just too close to home. Yeah.
Secret Service agent, ATF research analyst, and I have made names and addresses for next point personnel and expert witness available to defense.
Look, when the state says that there's no 2 issue, the court asked, did we have to provide 2 letters?
Right.
And yes, we did. They sent, Ms. Stifler sent us an email saying, you need to provide 2 letters. We had to draft, prepare 2 letters, get them to the state. And I made no indication that they weren't willing to come, but there was steps that had to be taken in order to get them to come.
I understand.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what the process was, and then the next point person, that's also going to be done, or that's a different day?
It's actually someone from the Secret Service and someone from ATF, and they're both on the 13th.
Okay.
We can add, I've given them no days.
It doesn't seem like this dude is totally stoked with the state, but I don't know. I'm just a bystander wondering what's going on. Hey, Chelsea. I followed the Chris Watts case the moment Shanna went missing. Yeah, not this guy, but the guy representing Shanna Gardner is the Casey Anthony attorney. Yes, Jose Baez. She just came home from a corporate event. Yep. Chris Watts was a terrible liar. All twitchy and voice squeaking. The lie detector test footage is excruciating. Red flags all over the place. Chris Watts was the person who killed his wife and his two girls. It was awful. It was awful.
These witnesses are all on standby at any point. They want to schedule a depo. We're willing to do that.
That's good to know.
Next week, so.
Your microphones are so hot, we can hear you.
And is Ms. Gardner participating in these depositions?
We are, Your Honor.
And through the month of January, we were still being provided documents as to this very issue. And I think the court should know that as well.
Okay. So, just bottom line, you think that you would have some type of position the 22nd?
I'm hopeful, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, let me talk to you, Mr. Cody and Mr. Baez. Where does it stand with Ms. Gardner?
Your Honor, we're in a similar posture with respect to the motion to disqualify the state. We did file this week a bond motion, which we would like the court to hear. We spoke to the state about dates. We did propose the 27th and 28th of February. The state indicated that that was not agreeable to them. The state indicated they would like to resolve the disqualification issue before any bond motion was heard. Our position is that we need to hear the bond motion, that is separate and distinct from the motion to disqualify the state. And we'd ask the court to set a date for the bond motion so we can be heard on that motion and establish whether or not Ms. Gardner is entitled to a bond. We have now reviewed the majority of the evidence, or what we think we need to review to be in a position to file this motion. We do not believe that the state can meet the very high burden that's required to deny a bond for Ms. Gardner. And so our position, again, Judge, is we would like to have that motion heard.
And so you want the bond motion heard prior to the disqualification. Do you have any authority on that?
Judge,
Has this ever been?
I don't, and I did not know it was going to be an issue until this morning in speaking with the state, frankly, that would be their position. But I can research that if the court wants that researched.
I do.
Yes, Judge.
I think it's important. If you are alleging that the state has information or has done something inappropriate to warrant an extreme remedy to get rid of their entire office, I think that I'm interested to see if that's ever been litigated before.
Yes, Judge, I just make 2 points. The first is that it's not Ms. Gardner's fault that there was this whole next point issue, right? And she's been now held since August, and we had to do our due diligence before filing this motion so that we knew that it would be an appropriate motion to file before the court. So that's the first point. And the second point I would make to the court, that if the court finds
his wife was also pregnant. Oh, yep. Oh my God. His mom still blames Shannon? Oh my God. She was in Thrive?
finds that she is entitled to a bond, even with this evidence that they may not have it may not have been right that they had access to, then that bond would still stand and be appropriate. If the court found against us on the bond motion, but then disqualified the state, we would probably, reviewing again the case, find that it would be appropriate for us to refile the motion before a new state attorney and get their position on it, because the bond motion would have been completed with access to evidence they shouldn't have. My point is, Judge, either way, if the motion is heard before the disqualification issue is resolved, there is zero prejudice to the state.
Is there any thought by you that they would try to seek to present evidence that you're claiming that they didn't have access to in that hearing?
Judge, I don't believe.
That's what I'm trying
Yes,
to avoid.
yes, Judge, I don't believe
Stop
so.
interrupting her.
Okay.
Hi, Sam.
What's the state's position?
Well, also, if someone puts up a bond, then taking care of that individual is not, that money doesn't come. That money maybe that's needed for more dangerous criminals doesn't have to be utilized for somebody who can put up the $500,000, the $1 million, whatever it is. But I mean, the twisty part is, though, she's going to be able to put up her bond because her parents are going to pay for it. You're talking about flight risk. Okay, maybe she's not a flight risk, but her parents have enough money to make her, put her somewhere where she can't come back to the United States. I mean, maybe then her parents will get in trouble. I don't know. Based on the fact that her family has lots of money, I would argue she's a flight risk. Melissa and I are on the same page. They could get her out of the country. How are you doing, Sam? Cash bail is a ridiculous system.
Is that it would greatly prejudice the state of Florida, not necessarily myself or my office.
Sure.
But if they're going to have a bond hearing, the state of Florida is going to respond in kind with a motion for pretrial detention, both under the statute and under the Florida Constitution and State v. Arthur. We're going to attach evidence to our response. We're going to call witnesses. We're going to present evidence to the court to prove her guilt by proof evidence, presumption great. If we do not have a disqualification motion prior to that, and in the event that the court does disqualify the Fourth Judicial Circuit from the case after denying bond, it can renew that motion with the state of Florida and another prosecutor's office, which would then have to relitigate the issue, which is a burden on the state of Florida. It's a waste of judicial resources, and it greatly prejudices the state. My position is, and my position has been, the state of Florida has not accessed or has not used, read, or otherwise plans to use any information which is privileged. That's our position. That's what the hearing on disqualification is for. I believe we'll be successful in the disqualification motion, but I do believe that it will be greatly prejudicial to the state of Florida and the prosecution, whether it's our circuit or another, to have this bond hearing in the event that they can argue a substantial change in circumstance and relitigate an entire bond motion in the future. I'm asking this court to set the hearing on disqualification in February after defense has done their depositions, after we've had the independent administrator review a document that Mr. Fernandez's counsel and I dispute is privileged. There is no such dispute as to Ms. Gardner. Their motion is limited to the state of Florida potentially had access at some point to privileged communications which were never viewed or reviewed by anyone in law enforcement or the state. I want to have that hearing before this bond motion. Also, the state's going to file a written response. I'd like to do that sometime next week, give them notice as to what evidence we're going to present, what witnesses we're going to call. I'm not asking for a great delay. I think on the track that we're on, given any unforeseen delays, with the state of Florida having provided all this information to defense, assisted them with their subpoena ducas tecums and their TUI letters, making these witnesses available, I'm hopeful we can have this hearing on disqualification late in February, early in March. I would ask to set the bond hearing mid or end of March. Ms. Gardner has been in custody since September. She did not waive extradition, so she was held longer in the state of Washington until she got here. She's entitled to her hearing on their motion. I agree with that, but I don't think she's prejudiced in any way in a delay of 1 month. They filed their motion this week. The state of Florida should have the opportunity to file motions in response and prepare for the hearing. The state of Florida also should not be prejudiced by having a disqualification motion hanging over our heads with statements by counsel that if the court denies bond, they're going to refile it and grant the disqualification motion. I think it makes the most sense too.
Can
I wish that it wasn't me reacting to this, because I can't speak to like the goodness of her arguments or the badness of it. I'm just like, okay, what's the judge gonna say? It's mostly like I'm eating popcorn and like hoping that there's no fights that start out in court and no one hops over the judge's bench. Like I'm a little bit lost. Megan, this is the part of the hearing we've been covering of a multi-level marketing company's founder's daughter, Stampin' Up's founder's daughter, Shanna Gardner Fernandez, is on trial along with her either husband or her second ex-husband for the murder of her first ex-husband, Jared Bridegan. So it's my MLM and murder. M is for MLM and murder series. Lily Pop, happy to help. Oh, cool.
I thought you all told me when speaking to Mr. Crody and Mr. Bias that you all were reserving the right to amend the motion of disqualification based on any discovery that you all were conducting in the interim. Last time I saw y'all, we were in December. We're now in February. You indicated that whatever the cloud, what's it called?
Next point.
Next point. This was shut down for you all. You all were going to conduct the discovery, and you were going to amend potentially the motion that you were adopting based on what Mr. Fernandez. Am I understanding that correctly?
Judge, that is correct. We are still struggling, as is Mr. Fernandez's defense, in opening the information that we received from the Secret Service. So that's one hurdle that we're facing. The second thing is that we need those depositions completed to see how we're going to proceed with regard.
Why can't you open the files? Google.com. Why can't you open zipped files? Zip files may refuse to open if they are not properly downloaded. Also, incomplete downloads occur when files get stuck due to issues like bad internet connection, inconsistency in network connection, all of which can cause transfer errors, affect your zip files, and make them unable to open. Zipped files from Secret Service not opening. Okay, why won't it open though? Blocked from opening. I was able to download and open the file without issue. In this example, this zip file is actually something. Why wouldn't it open? When you access the service by or through a mobile device, we may collect blah, blah, blah. Oh no, where did our cat go? Oh, it's right there. The lawyers are all very succinct in their arguments, which I love, not like the Murdaugh lawyers who hem and haw and and so much that I lose track of what they're saying. Yeah, I get that, Hannah. I wanted, my dream would be to have a lawyer react to this so we can see all the stuff going on, but I don't think a lawyer is going to, unless it's the lawyer you know might react to it. But the Mad Catster or something. I don't know. Secret Service did too good of a job at the file security. Oh, awesome, Sarah. I love that. Too bad you can't email them this Google search. You could make the bottom border courtroom gallery of Discord pets. Yes. Yes, we can. I wonder if there isn't some security stuff that I'm sure there is security stuff. And again, I've run into issues before with things that won't open. Sometimes it's password, sometimes it's corrupt on their end where like they send us something that can't be opened. I just don't know. Murder level marketing. I hope they're not trying to open it on mobile. Can you imagine? I'm sure none of the lawyers are actually trying to open anything. I'm sure their paralegals are the ones suffering.
To this issue.
Okay. Well, to me, just practically speaking, to avoid any, if you all, in a hearing like this, not necessarily that they have to put on everything, they have to put on a substantial amount to meet the burden that you alleged in your motion. It's practically speaking, to avoid any discovery violations, or you're saying you didn't have it. They obviously can access it. You're saying you're having trouble with it. I'm just gonna...
Just one clarification. What they're talking about, I do not have access to. That's the whole point of the state's position. They received the unredacted versions of the phone downloads. The state of Florida does not have possession of any of these. They got them directly from Secret Service. So I just want to be clear about that. Mr. Dreisinger, I had a miscommunication from this morning about that myself.
So you don't have access to what they're
No,
saying?
ma'am. That's the whole point. They wanted it from the original teen agent. The state of Florida does not have access to these documents or files. I can't provide them to them or assist them anyway.
To be very clear, they have had access to the very documents and emails and the things that we've alleged in our motion. Let's not be confused about that.
Oh, he's not. They don't seem to. They're just going hard. Okay, I guess you have to because you're a lawyer. Oh my God. Anastasia. My calico and ginger cats are saying hello. That's so sweet.
What they don't have access to is the unredacted raw data that the Secret Service went through before the Secret Service turned over all of our privileged emails to the state of Florida, which were uploaded to NextPoint. So,
well, that's a dispute.
well, that's not in dispute. There is no dispute.
Well, I'm not gonna argue that.
Well, it's not. I mean, the emails that I sent my client sent me were uploaded to NextPoint by the state of Florida. That there's no dispute. Whether they looked at them or intend on using them may be in dispute, but there is absolutely no dispute as to them being in possession of them. So, and it's a machinery issue. This particular data the Secret Service uses, the agent told us you have to have special software for.
Who called it? I did. Who said you had to have special software? Me. Why didn't the Secret Service provide the software to... Why didn't the defense pay for the software? Even if it was $800 or $1,200. Maybe it was more than that. What? Dude, pro tip, do not argue with the judge. You gotta have special software. Oh, why didn't you say that? We don't have the software to open the zip files to see the data. Because you would have looked like a fool. Oh my God.
Forensic software to open it. So we hired an expert who we believe has that. He's working on doing that. And hopefully we can have that done by Tuesday. If not, we may just, at the expense of what I'm told this software costs, we may just have to ask the questions, what did you have, and see if we can do it that way. That's why there's some uncertainty.
That's Jared Bridegan's wife.
As to how prepared we'll be.
So you decided to not buy the software you needed to pay an expert to open it, and you're wasting the court's time. Defense, what are you doing? Good question, Sarah. They probably don't know how to use it. They could, that software might be, I don't know. it could be in the thousands and thousands of dollars. It could be $10,000. I don't know. The expert has the software. The guy saying the expert's trying to open it. He's probably going to have to open it, import it, and then be able to process the data and review it. It's probably going to take 40 hours to look over it. I'm just saying the type of words that the defense's lawyer's saying. That's a lot different than we can't open it. No, you could open it. You can't read it because you don't have the software.
Come late February, but I think through good.
Why not exercise 3.220 where you can have them open it up?
And review it. And during the deposition,
No, I mean prior to, so that you know what questions you can ask on record.
I think
Judge, what a good question. I mean, again, we don't know. Nothing's been proven in court yet. There's just the state thinks that they did it. So everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But we certainly can ask a lot of questions. I would be... The way that he's... I don't know. It's okay. It's okay.
Inspect outside the deposition.
Sure.
Sure.
If we were talking about
Yes, Judge.
inspecting photographs that a medical examiner had taken or something like that, that tool is readily used and available and useful. I suspect we're talking about thousands or hundreds of thousands of documents and images. So the practicality of doing something like that, hey, maybe we just go to your office and sit down with you, it just, in this particular case, I don't know that that's a feasible tool to use.
All right. This is what I'd like to do. I'm going to bring you all back.
I'm sorry, we do have one other issue separate than
Okay.
that. So Mr. Fernandez, on December 13th, filed a motion to compel contact visitation. We're having some difficulty with our mitigation specialist, Dr. Brooke Butler. She's gone to the jail. We sent over a letter saying she can go to the jail. That worked once, then it didn't work. Then they said the letter was dated the day before. Then the next time they said she couldn't have contact.
You mean in those rooms, just they're open?
Yeah.
Not through the glass?
Without us being there. I mean, the expense of having a lawyer sit there. She's sometimes there for an entire day or two at a time. So we're asking, and it's never been an issue. I wasn't there the first time we introduced Mr. Fernandez, and then we left her to do her job. So we're asking the court to issue an order just allowing
I have to give
the city
general counsel notice.
Right. So if we could.
So what I was going to do, why don't we handle that? I'll bring you back on the 14th. You all let me know how the deposition went. After the 13th, we'll handle, I can give notice to the general counsel related to that issue. Maybe it won't be an issue and they'll just.
It looks like the judge is trying to ward off a stress headache by applying pressure right there.
Just allow it. But I do know that they have,
Stand.
I can't issue an order, okay? They'll just file a motion and,
I've run into that before, so I've addressed
so
that. with
I need to get what Ms. Young's position would be on behalf of JSO. I've had one other issue like that and we just were able to resolve it, talking it through.
Okay.
And there's some type of list. Has she gotten on that?
Yes, ma'am. I think we've done everything we can from our side.
Okay.
So now the plan is to come back on the
I
14th.
don't see that motion you're referring to. Oh, no, I see it. Okay, so I'm not going to wait. All right, we'll have a conversation about that, and you'll let me know how the depositions go. Then hopefully we can schedule a hearing, and if you all would be prepared, both sides, if this has been litigated.
Speaking of lawyer, did you see the lawyer who was just awful representing her client? whether the client's guilty or not, you at least deserve to have a good lawyer. And I was watching the video. I don't even know what to say. It was so bad.
Before, where there's
And she was like, I'm not crying, I still have my makeup on. You can see it. And I was like, what? What?
a disqualification motion and also a bond motion that the defense wants to hear. I don't want to resolve it necessarily practically, but there is some guidance out there. I like it. So if you would do some research on that, okay? And I'll see you all back. Are you all available on the 14th?
Yes, ma'am.
Valentine's Day?
I am not, Your Honor. I currently have a trial scheduled on that day.
You do? Okay.
Oh, man.
But,
What about the next day? I'm sorry?
I can speak with Ms. Gardner and see if she's fine with Mr. Caroni appearing on my behalf.
And I'm available on the 14th, Judge.
You are?
Yes.
It's just, Mr. Bias, if you're not available and Ms. Gardner agrees, if you would just communicate your schedule, it would just be, I wouldn't be having any type of substantive hearing. It would just be to schedule the hearing. I'm not doing anything other than giving an update on the discovery.
Okay.
I do need a position on Ms. Gardner about whether you intend to amend or if you're going to go with what you have, if you believe that you need additional discovery in order to adopt what Mr. Fernandez has filed, so that we're all.
This is just what the hell's going on? How come we're not ready to do stuff? Oh, well, we couldn't open these files. Come to find out, there's nothing wrong with the zipped file. They didn't have the program to read it. They're trying to get their expert to read it, so they haven't done their depositions yet because the Secret Service is busy, blah, blah, blah. And then the state is like, no, we don't want them to have the bond hearing before this other thing happens, and we're okay with them having the bond hearing in March for Shanna. It's not been, other than them irritating the judge, nothing has happened yet. But we're just, keeping track of it because MLM, M is for MLM and murder,
We're all on notice of what the issues are, okay?
And Judge, I do believe we adopted their motion. We just indicated that we may supplement it.
That's what I mean.
Yes, Judge.
I need to know, from your perspective what the information is, what your objections are, so that we all, when we have a hearing, it's a full hearing and, decisions can be made. And the state's put on notice about what Ms. Gardner, I believe that they're sufficiently on notice based on the pleadings in Mr. Fernandez's case. I'm not exactly sure. Ms. Stifler is indicating, the position that you all laid out initially. I don't know if that is the full breadth and scope of your objection. Does that make sense?
I think it makes perfect sense, Judge, and I think it's certainly not our intent to sandbag the state at any hearing. So absolutely, I think it's important for them to know the issues as well as the court ahead of time. So that's something we will do happily.
Do you think there are any depots beyond the ones on the 13th?
There may be.
Okay. Well, I'll get your position. I'm
Yes.
going to tentatively set up, the way that we're set up right now, I don't think you can have that conversation with Ms. Gardner about whether Mr. Cody, would you like to speak with her just briefly? I'll set it on the 14th if you're.
Yes, Judge. I was able to speak with Ms. Gardner quickly, and she is okay with waiving Mr. Bias's presence at the next court date.
Okay, so that's just going to be scheduling. I'm going to get an update, okay? February 14th, 9 a.m. for pretrial on both cases, okay? See you all then.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor. Can I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
February 14th. Valentine's Day? Let's freaking go. Okay. We gotta schedule it. Are y'all free on the 14th? Is it just Valentine's Day here in the U.S. on the 14th, or is it Valentine's Day anywhere else? Why have I never asked that question before? I could just Google it. Is it, Google. Is it Valentine's Day in the whole world on February 14th? Across the United States and around the world, February 14th marks a day of celebration of St. Valentine. Yes? Okay. Yes, Your Honor, not sure. The judges. Valentine's Day in Australia. Are y'all free? Do y'all want to do this on the 14th? All over South Africa and Spain for sure. I'll try to be here on the 14th. Drop a 1 if you can hang out on the 14th. You're available after 8 a.m. Arizona time. So that's 10 a.m. Central. That's right in my wheelhouse. Valentine's is for the women to give gifts to men, and White Day is for men to give gifts to women. That's awesome. That's where my husband lives, in Japan. What time is it for y'all in the U.S. right now? 1:20 p.m. I guess that was assumed because I'm awake right now, but I'm also awake at a.m. So, all right. We can go ahead and schedule. I mean, it's a date. What I might do is wait for the live on the feed to end because I'm guessing the audio's going to be trash on, I am complaining. I guess I'm complaining a lot. No, not zoomed. So we may have to fix the audio. I think that was transformative enough. I completely changed the audio. Generally tuned as I'm right now. Oh, cool, okay, Sakura. Stuck in bed, I'll be here. Oh, I'm sorry, Julie. Your hair looks great in your profile picture. Harper! We'll be free just baking a cake for the house to share. It's fun. I was in Crown Court on 14th February 2012 in front of a judge. What were you doing, Eloise? Oh, I'm so nosy. Sorry, I didn't mean to ask. 10 a.m. Central. Perfect. Okay. We'll figure out when this is going live. I guess we can see. I'm guessing it's going to be early in the morning, but I just wanted to be able to have sound in both ears. So that was an hour of stream. I'll see if my dad's available to do TikTok Tunnel Lady later. Spirometry test, but no results until a week later. Okay. Oh, that's so fun. Eloise, you get to have a double celebration on Valentine's Day. That's so cool. All right. I'll be back later. Thanks for hanging out. If you like this series, I'd love for you to like the video. And replay crew, thank you so much. If you have any questions or corrections, I'd love for you to leave them in the comment section, live chat. Thank you for hanging out. And everybody stay hydrated. Take your medicine if you need to. And I will see you later. Oh, Harper, I'm sorry.